Beautiful day out today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Enjoying the breeze outside. Wanted to take some time to talk a little bit about self-actualization. Wisdom is applied sciences. So you know what time it is. We got to get it straight. In self-actualization, the most important thing you got to understand is that you cannot actualize deliberately and effectively something that is not clearly defined. For example, let's say your goal was to just lose some weight. And you said, I want to actualize losing some weight. Well, what does that actually look like, right? Because to actualize is to make something actual, to make it an actual reality. So in reality, you have to define what that looks like, right? If you said, I want to make more money, well, what does that look like? I want to lose weight. What does that look like? What do you look like when you lose weight? How much weight would you have to lose to look that way? How much muscle would you have to gain to look that way? If you wanted to make more money, well, what does it look like when you make more money? What does your life look like? Right? What does it look like actually? Right? Whenever you have something in your head that you want, the first step is to say, I kind of want some of that. The next step is, okay, well, in actuality, what does it look like when you achieve that? That's the point. Now, in self-development, this is very important because self-development is all about self-actualization. And people do a lot of motivational videos, right? We stress the grind and working hard and success and accomplishment, right? Independence and freedom, all these things that we like. Some people, they do videos and stuff and they make sure they have a Lamborghini in the background or a mansion or something along those lines. They have a book collection or whatever the case is. And that's great. But you can't begin to talk about self-actualization without going through the first two steps. The reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because I've done a course, self-development course, the 3 phases on self-development: self-discovery, self-assessment, and then self-actualization. Now, these 3 phases, they go in a loop, okay? It's not step 1, 2, 3, and you're done. That's not what it is. It's phases. First phase, second phase, third phase, loop back around to the first phase, and repeat. It's cyclical. The same way the days are cyclical. The planet we live on rotates, it's cyclical. The years, the months, the seasons, everything's cyclical. We got to revisit summer every year. We got to revisit fall, winter every year, right? We got to revisit January, February, March, April, May, June, July every year. And this is how self-development works. So we start in the first season, which is self-discovery. Before you can actualize everything or anything that you want, it has to stem from self and a knowledge of self. So you have to do the work of self-discovery, answering the question of, who am I, right? Answering the question of, I am. And introduce yourself. There's work that has to be done here. You got to go through the work of all that you are, acknowledging it, discovering it, digging deep for it, answering all the questions about you as an individual, as an independent being, a spiritual being, existing in this environment, right? Enjoying the human experience. You got to discover that, identify it. During this work, you got to go through your identity. You got to go through the experiences that make up that identity. You have to go through your values, the things you believe in. You have to go through your beliefs, the beliefs that shape your values, the beliefs that shape your identity, the experiences that shape your belief that shape your identity. It's all interconnected, and you got to do the work to put the pieces together to answer I am. Second phase, assessment. You look at everything that you came up with. You look at I am. You look at your vision, all that you are and all that you want for your life, all the things that you enjoy and resonate with you. Assess that. How real is that? How much do you want that? How much do you identify with it? You have particular goals, things that you roughly think you want in your mind. Assess that. Be real about it. Am I willing to do the work to achieve those things? What are those things? Can I commit to those things? Are they in alignment with my values and who I am? Assess that. Engage with that. Take the time. What tools do you need? How much work do you need to do? What does it look like when you've done that work? When you've achieved those things? When you have all the tools that you need? You put it together. Right? The assessment phase, right, is where the assessment phase is your toolbox. You got your screwdriver, you got your screws, you got all your raw materials, all of that type of stuff. And you have an idea of what you want to build, right? It's like a Lego set. You see what it looks like on the front of the box, you open up the box, you got all the pieces. You count all the pieces, make sure you have all the pieces, right? Because imagine you get a brand new Lego set, you open it up and you're missing some pieces. Oof. You got to do some work to acquire those extra pieces, right? And that's what the assessment phase is. Look at everything that you are and everything that you have and make an assessment. Make sure you're ready for actualization. So at the end of the assessment phase, you have all of your pieces and you have the vision for what it's going to look like when you put it together. The actualization process is the act of putting it together. That's the act of putting together that Lego set. If you don't know what Legos are, it's basically just like something I used to play with as a child, where you have all these little plastic pieces and you put them together like a three-dimensional jigsaw puzzle, right? Where you make cars and motorcycles and houses and airports and whatever, however elaborate your Lego set is. So the actualization process is when you put it all together. The actualization process is the mindset and the work combined. So, just some food for thought. Before you can achieve your wildest dreams, whatever that is, you got to figure out what your wildest dreams look like in your life actually.